right, Grace Point Church family, I wanted to give you a couple updates regarding what things look like at the facility. Certainly, we would all acknowledge that there are a lot of risks currently and probably all the time, but we're more aware of them now. And yet, we don't live in a world where safety is our number one priority. Now, it is a priority. It's important, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is worshiping God and loving each other. And safety is a part of how we do that right now. Now, my goal in giving you some of these updates and giving you some of this information isn't to convince you to do anything. In fact, I want you to just have the information so that you can make the decision best that suits you and your family and those you love best. So that's the goal in giving you this information. But I did want to walk through some of the safety protocols that are around our Sunday services so that you could see them. You could assess them yourself. If you have any questions, certainly you could ask them. And then from there, you could make the decision that's best for you and for your family. We also do want to remind us that in the midst of making decisions, whether that's being present at the facility on Sunday mornings, whether that's staying at home, the importance of regularly engaging. It's so easy for things that we don't do regularly, that we don't prioritize, for them to slip away in importance, and we'll get back to them later. And I'm so thrilled that so many of you in person on Sunday mornings, online on Sunday mornings, that you're there, that you're connecting, that you're making efforts. And I also encourage you that throughout the week, check in on those people. Check in on the people that you're friends with, that you know, that are from your life group, so that you can continue to be invested in others. Our commission given by God is to make disciples. And that doesn't stop, it doesn't halt, it doesn't pause for COVID or anything else, frankly. And so I hope you're engaged in some way personally in bringing others to Jesus and sharing His love with someone today. As you enter the facility on a Sunday morning, you'll see in the walkway there's a sign blocking off the one way, kind of like driving in the United States at least. You stick to the right. So this we've designated entrance and exit paths for you as you enter. There'll be greeters at the top of the door, opening the door so that not everyone's putting their hands on everything. And then when you exit, this sign will be removed. At the end of the day, you come down this side here for the exit. Once you go inside the facility, there'll be a couple other adjustments there as well. We do ask that all those that attend wear masks inside the building. There are masks available. If anyone comes and forgets, so as we've all done at a grocery store or a restaurant, you get there and you realize, oh man, I forgot my mask. We have masks available if you just ask someone in the welcome team or the ushers. And there'll be seating in both the auditorium and in the commons area as well. The chairs are spaced 6 feet apart, and I'll show you inside a little bit later. But the chairs are spaced 6 feet apart in groups, so there's larger groups and smaller groups. And if you need help from the ushers to put together a group that's large enough for your family, we're happy to do that. And the front row is there, but it's also reserved, so that no one can sit in the front row. We're giving just a little bit of extra space between you and the worship team. We do have the rooms available in the Grace Kids part of the building. So if you want a more private room where you can still be with everyone and be in the same facility, you can kind of see them coming and going, but have a little bit more containment. Certainly you can ask one of the ushers for one of those rooms. There's also a couple of rooms that are designated for families. So if you're looking for a spot, you say, bringing my kids to the service isn't a great option. I got little kids, they want to run around. You can bring those 18-year-olds in with you to the Grace Kids wing. We also have prepackaged communion elements. So someone wearing gloves will be handing out prepackaged communion elements on the Sundays that we are taking communion or celebrating the Lord's Supper together as a church family. We also have hand sanitizer stations around the facility inside. And so a number of stations there. So if you want to take advantage of that, you're welcome to. Both the ladies and the men's restroom have hands-free opening so that you don't have to touch the handles after you've washed your hands, and you can avail yourself of that as well. And we also have the church cleaned once a week thoroughly by a cleaning company utilizing COVID-19 enhanced cleaning procedures. So that is taken care of between each time that the church family uses it. And then we aren't passing any baskets either. So during this time, we won't be passing any baskets for offering, for Connect cards. There's a couple baskets, or a couple boxes, that you can put your offering or your Connect card as if you're a guest, and you can put those right in there without touching anyone else, without having to pass a basket around. So those are a couple of safety procedures we have. Also, we do have signage. We have some signage here reminding us of the keeping physically distanced, as well as wearing masks inside. And there'll be signage throughout to help us navigate in a way that's safe and compliant. So I hope these instructions, some of this video is helpful for you as you look to make a good decision for you and your family, that you know the information, you know the protocols that are being taken. We're so grateful for all those that have been participating on a Sunday morning in person, and how you've helped us make this easy, that the ushers haven't had to go around and constantly remind people. The welcome team hasn't had to. So we're really grateful for that. It makes it a much better experience for everyone, and we're truly thankful for you. As you can see from this angle, maybe even a little bit better than the camera back there, is that we got all the seats spaced 6 feet apart minimum, and the first row that people would actually sit is about 14 feet from where I'm standing on the stage to the seat over there. So there's quite a bit of spacing there. The ushers do group some of these chairs together as needed to make enough room for you and your family and the party that you came with. But this seating is set up to be spaced to follow all the guidelines that are required. As I'm looking out over these chairs, it is reminded that we're not really sure when it's going to be when we're all gathered here together in the very same way again. Maybe weeks, maybe months, God forbid, hopefully not going on years. And we never anticipated when we built this facility together that we would be having these conversations. And I know that the church is not in any way limited to a facility, but there's something very special and very helpful about seeing each other face to face. There's something amazingly important about being able to give hugs and receive hugs, to shake hands, to look somebody in the eye. And as thankful as we are for Zoom calls, it's challenging to read facial expressions, especially when there's a number of many faces on the screens. And we're thankful for what God's given us. We're thankful to use the tools at our disposal. But I do want to let you know that just because they can't see your face here on a Sunday morning or a special event or a banquet, some of these things we've had canceled, doesn't mean that you're far from our thoughts or from our prayers. We love you. We're concerned about your families, your marriages, your parenting, your jobs, your retirement, your health. And only God perfectly knows how to balance all those together. And while I'm certain there have been many missteps, and I'm certain there have been times where we didn't nail it exactly the way we wish we could have, I'm also confident that each one of us who's a follower of Jesus is kept in the hand and under the protection of God Himself. And so that everything that comes to us and to our life as first passed through the hands of the Almighty God. And in that, I take great comfort and take great encouragement. And I want you to know that although you may not be physically present, that you may, due to a number of circumstances, need to make the decision to stay at home, to engage remotely, to engage online, is that our love for you and our esteem for you and our respect for you isn't any less. And that I know where your heart is and where your heart would want to be, and you're making decisions that you need to for this period of time. And I also know that those of you who are joining with us for life groups and small groups in a physical way, that you're doing so, some of you in moments of discomfort, knowing that maybe you're engaging in extra risk, but that the people that you're coming for are worth it, that the opportunities that you have for engagement are necessary. And so I want to commend all of you, whether you're staying at home and continuing to engage, or whether you're here in person engaging. I hope that walking through this tour is giving you some idea of the safety protocols that are in place. We do desire to protect you. We do desire to keep you safe. But at the same time, we also desire to minister to you. And we desire to be a blessing to you. We desire to, as Paul even talks about, pouring out our own souls for you. We want you to know that you're loved. We hope this is helpful in making good decisions for you and for your family. And we hope that you take the opportunity, even today, to share God's love with someone. God bless.